There was a time years ago when we thought nothing of the word globalist. In fact, globalist sounded good. It sounded great. And then we started to deep dive into the word, what globalist meant and who these globalists were and what they were saying. And then we came across these folks from the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab. And then we started hearing about things like population, lowering population collapse, and even depopulation. Well, the latest one, this is hysterical. According to a WEF, World Economic Forum advisor, population collapse is good for the planet. That's right. World Economic Forum advisor Professor Sarah Harper says population collapse good. Good. Oh my God, here comes shades of Ehrlich and Malthus and Bentham, and most people, interestingly enough, when you bring this to their attention, they look at you and they go, "What are you talking about?" Well, I'm used to that. Most people who listen to me all the time say, "What are you talking about?" Well, let me tell you what I'm talking about and what you should know about this. But first and foremost, I ask you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And now, most importantly, make sure you listen very carefully to a word from our sponsor. The US dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 70s when the dollar decoupled from gold, and the government seems bent on continuing the tradition. From now until after the next elections, the government can print as much money as they want. And the last time they did that, inflation went up 9%. This means one thing: the security of your future and your family's future is all in your hands. Make sure you freeze the value of your wealth that you are holding. Invest in gold with Noble Gold Investments. Gold is the one asset that has proven to withstand recession, inflation, and just about all economic threats. Noble Gold Investments is here to help you. If you want to invest in gold, you will also get a 24-karat, quarter-ounce gold standard coin for free. So go to noblegoldinvestments.com right now. Noblegoldinvestments.com. Tell them Lionel sent you. This is the only gold company I trust. And remember, there's always a risk of investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind. All right, sportsmen, get a load of this one. This is a story that kills me. You know, when people talked about depopulation years ago, and you mentioned things like, well, whoever mentioned Bentham and Malthus, it was called a right-wing lunatic conspiracy tinfoil hat thing. Well. It's different now because population collapse can no longer be denied. It's a good thing. Now, the Telegraph, the famous Telegraph, the British, picked up the perfect instance of this. There was a citation regarding this particular individual, and it reads as follows, and I will provide the citation. Britain's top demographics expert reports that the falling number of babies born in Britain is a good thing. After new data showed the number of births had hit a 20-year low. Professor Sarah Harper CBE, founder and director of the Oxford Institute of Population Aging and a former government advisor of sorts, said that falling birth rates in the West were good for our planet. Good. This is a good thing, she says. She says that the declining fertility in rich countries would help to address the general overconsumption that we have at the moment. Declining fertility, which of course has a negative impact on the planet, of course. And she says that we will see smaller populations in high-income countries going forward. It's just going to be a trend of the 21st century, and that will actually be good for general overall overconsumption, that we have at the moment and our planet. And research has indicated that wealthy nations tend to have much larger carbon footprints, of course, than poorer countries, as rich people can afford to buy more goods, travel more, enjoy life, and do other activities that generate emissions. Wow, we don't want that. Carbon emissions, they write, from high income countries were 29 times larger than low income on a per capita basis in 2020. This is according to the World Bank. Now, while slowing and diminishing and decreasing population growth may reduce carbon emissions, the analysts that were referred to have warned that it also poses significant challenges for economic growth. You see, it appears that a shrinking workforce puts pressure on younger generations to pay more taxes for healthcare of older people. Do I hear death panel somewhere in the I don't know where. Isn't this fascinating? So I'll let you read this, but interesting to note the following. And this is critical. Who is this individual? Well, it seems that Professor Sarah Harper is a noted academic and the like. The Telegraph article lists her credentials, but forgot to mention that she serves on the Global Agenda Council on Aging Societies of the World Economic Forum. She is a frequent speaker at various scientific festivals, including World Economic Forums and the like. Remember what she said. It's a good thing that the high-income, high-consuming countries of the world are reducing the number of children that they're having. I'm quite positive about that. Now, let me see if I can explain this to you. And let me see if we can redo the lines and you can sit back and you can say, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? Well, let me tell you. First, when you hear World Economic Forum or Klaus Schwab, I want you to completely freak out. I want you to say, because the notion of these folks as benign and or benevolent, helpful, good-natured, wonderful people, the fact that they come along and they're just great and helpful and they just want to do the right thing. All of these factors, all of these things have to be taken into account. And you have to understand that what they want is to have this wonderful little blue marble replaced with one singular working government, if you will, one group, one circular group of folks. And these people will represent to everyone the sole guiding, limiting, controlling force that our government, through this iteration of insanity, will eventually cede our jurisdiction to, and they're going to run the show. So when you talk about World Economic Forum and eating bugs and owning less and learning to like it and not driving and not going anywhere and not doing anything and not doing whatever it is that they don't like you to do, basically in this Malthusian, anti-industrialist, anti-advancement kind of weird world where we stay home, don't drive, live in 15-minute cities, have electric cars and windmills and this horror pushing. By the way, the climate agenda one day is going to be the basis. This is going to be the basis for shutting people down and shutting things down and shutting people down. Listen to what I'm saying. This is not an exaggeration. All right. It's not going to be the usual kind of activities that one would consider like, oh, I don't know, crime and victimization of the innocent, it's going to be you violating those precepts in order to pose some type of supposed threat to the government and the like, and to the world government, and to the your fellow human beings. That's what they're talking about. Okay, that's what this is. So do not in any way misunderstand this. When you hear World Economic Forum and you hear depopulation, well, not depopulation, collapsing populations, because what they would love to do is to push a button and to be able to decrease numbers. Now, we'll talk, maybe I'll let your imagination run as to how that would be accomplished, but believe me, they look at you and your fecundity as a threat to a sustainable planet. And if you think I'm exaggerating, you're not paying attention. All right, dear friend, thanks for watching. Have a great and a glorious day. Don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. Please like the channel, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos, and please patronize and follow the great words of our wonderful sponsor, and comment as you see fit.